Erin and Willoughby riding World Dressage Federation Foundation Level Test 2. A. Enter at the working walk. Proceed down center line to X without halting. X to M, continue working walk along diagonal. M to H, working walk. H to E. Between H and E, begin leg yield left across the center line, arriving on the quarter line between B and F. Continue working walk down quarter line to lower rail. At lower rail, turn to the right and proceed to K. K to E. Between K and E, begin leg yield right across center line, arriving on quarter line between B and M. Continue working walk down quarter line to upper rail. At upper rail, turn left and proceed to H. HXF, change rein, lengthening the horse's stride and allowing the horse to stretch forward and downward. F to A, working walk. A, circle right 15 meters in the working walk without losing the rhythm or swing of the gait. A to K, working walk. KXM, change rein, lengthening the horse's stride and allowing the horse to stretch forward and downward. M to C, working walk. C, circle left 15 meters in the working walk without losing the rhythm or swing of the gait. HXK, zigzag on straight lines at letters. A to F, working walk. F to X, working walk along diagonal, turn down center line. X and G, between X and G, halt and salute. Dismount, stand quietly for a moment. You may reward your horse. Take the reins over the horse's head, run up the stirrups, and leave the arena, leading the horse at its shoulder. I want to thank Erin and Willoughby for doing such a great job on these tests for us today. Now let's go through and have a look at what we see. Very good working walk entering. Notice how there's a bit of lift through the shoulders in this horse in the walk. It's very steady now. And whereas we've seen some previous tests where there were kind of moments of slowing and stopping and going, this test is really consistent in the walk. Really good there as she changes the bend and begins to walk on that diagonal line. Horse keeps the same rhythm. There's no tension in the horse, just like we'd like to see the horse. It has energy, but it doesn't look nervous. So really good quality in this working walk today. Really good leg yield. Now this is the first ones of these that we've seen really good. Notice the horse is stepping forward and over in a nice steady rhythm. That's what we want to see. She's not losing the shoulder too much, or the hindquarters. Starts to a little bit there, but quickly corrects itself. Very good in that today. Once again, there was no shortening of the step. So what we don't want to see in the leg yields, the horse just to shorten its step and then begin to move too much to the side. So that was really very good there. Same thing here. Notice the horse did not shorten its step. It's stepping clearly under the body. No shortening of the stride as it did so. So these leg yields were very good. Best ones I've seen yet. Riding through these tests, that is. But really nicely how she brings them straight into the outside rein there. Notice Erin's position, exemplary. Her heel is down, toe lifted, her legs are back underneath her. Again, now this stretch wasn't quite as good as the first one. Had a little more activity and stretched a little bit deeper. Gets better as it goes here towards the end. But comes back into a wonderful working walk again. Now in the 15-meter circle here. Once again, we have a good sense of energy in this horse, lifting up through its back in the walk, good steady rhythm, picking its feet and putting them down in a good steady 4-beat rhythm. Very nice in this lengthening, in this stretch rather. And notice how that one we felt the horse beginning to want to open right in the beginning and stretch beautifully down. That was better than the last one. Could come up a little bit sooner there. That once again, you should be back in the working walk by the time you're in that corner there. So just a little bit late coming back into the working walk. But how beautifully this horse is listening to the rider today. Notice those relaxed ears, paying attention, but they're never pinned back. The horse never looks angry, never looks confused. Nice soft mouth. Once again, we keep seeing that good sense of impulsion, rhythm, energy without tension. Really good on all these changes of rein. Horse shortens a little bit there as it comes to that corner in the step. but really good quality in this working walk today. Again, there was a little bit of hesitancy there as he came across A. But the corrections here today come very easily. A little touch of her leg. There's nothing abrupt. Horse stays relaxed throughout the test. Straight on the center line. And a really good halt today. Notice the horse halted today without coming off the bridle. Stayed soft and stepped up underneath itself into the halt, so that was excellent. A really good horse to watch for one that's really ready to do this test. Stays completely up through his back throughout the test, relaxed, really good impulsion, good rhythm throughout. So now let's go through and score this test. Look how beautifully that horse stood there throughout all of that as she moves off. Erin and Willoughby riding World Dressage Federation Foundation level test 2. A. Enter at the working walk. Proceed down center line to X without halting. X to M, continue working walk along diagonal. Really good impulsion in the walk and straight 8. M to H, working walk. H to E. Between H and E, begin leg yield left across the center line, arriving on the quarter line between B and F. Good working walk throughout that, 8. Continue working walk down quarter line to lower rail. At lower rail, turn to the right and proceed to K. Just a little loss of rhythm there, 7. But really good in the working in that leg yield. K to E. Between K and E, begin leg yield right across center line, arriving on quarter line between B and M. 8 in that last working walk. Continue working walk down quarter line to upper rail. At upper rail, turn left and proceed to H. Good rhythm and step, 8. HXF, change rein, lengthening the horse's stride and allowing the horse to stretch forward and downward. Working walk 8. F to A, working walk. Could have been a little bit more active in that and a little more consistent, 7 in the stretch. A, circle right 15 meters in the working walk without losing the rhythm or swing of the gait. 8 in the working walk. A to K, working walk. Good rhythm and bend, 8. KXM, change rein, lengthening the horse's stride and allowing the horse to stretch forward and downward. A to K, working walk 8. M to C, working walk. Could have come back into the working walk a little bit sooner. C, 7. Circle left 15 meters in the working walk without losing the rhythm or swing of the gait. M to C in the working walk, 7. HXK, zigzag on straight lines at letters. Really good rhythm in the circle. 8. Some slowing on the last to turn. F, working walk. 7. A little hesitancy there in the working walk. 7. F to X, working walk along diagonal, turn down center line. 8 on the diagonal. X and G. Between X and G, halt and salute. 'Dismount, stand quietly for a moment. You may reward your horse. Take the reins over the horse's head, run up the stirrups, and leave the arena, leading the horse at its shoulder. Horse was beautifully relaxed throughout, stood quietly at the end here, waited patiently for the rider to make their adjustments. And moved off beautifully. 8. On the collective marks, horse's correct level of physical development for this level entered, 8. Horse stayed really well, really impulsed throughout the entire test, almost consistently in the frame throughout, with a few exceptions. So really great job. Harmony between horse and rider, 8. Really nice moments. There was only a few moments where the horse overslowed a little bit, and you could see her put on a leg a little bit, but that was really very good. Rider's physical level of development for the level entered, 9. That was really good today in all of these movements. Artistic impression on this is going to be an 8. That was really a great ride today. Once again, thanks again to Erin for all of her help. In just a moment, I will have the score. Great job from Erin from that one. A 77.2, the highest score we've seen yet, and hopefully one that will be inspirational for you all. My plan here with Erin is to go through all these tests and get her into the 70% on each one of them, so you can all see what at least a 70% ride looks like in each one of these tests. So great job again, Erin. We appreciate all your hard work.